Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a level 20 samurai build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a modded class made by Sumra Dagnoth as part of the 5e fighter subclass combined mod in the in-game mod manager. It's really cool, so I'll be breaking down the best choices in this class and going over to combat as well. So our fighting style. This comes down to how we want to play. I always think that the +1 armor class is one of the best choices for a fighting style. But you can also, if you wanted to, go with the great weapon fighting. I think that we're going to be using a katana. There's actually the Eastern katana, or the Eastern Super Pack mod that adds a bunch of katanas to the game. There is a katana in the base game, but it's only in Act 3, so I'd recommend using this mod if you want to use katanas, adachis, and other types of weapons. And for our ability scores, it's good to go around dexterity or our strength stats. So for the most part, we're going to want to be built around these stats. I actually think it's probably best to have a higher dexterity if possible. So something like this can work well. So we'll go 16 strength, 16 dexterity, and 14 constitution. Although you can swap out strength or dexterity for constitution. I just think this one works best. So we're going to roll with this. And I'll be showing off all the ways to make this strong with different gear options as well. And you can stay tuned for that. So with this, we got ourselves Action Surge at level 2, and then now we get to choose our subclass with the Samurai here. I love the icon they use. So the Samurai is a fighter who draws on his implacable fighting spirit to overcome enemies. A Samurai's resolve is nearly unbreakable, and those enemies in a Samurai's path would choose choices to yield or die fighting. So we have the fighting spirit. This is the Samurai's intensity in battle can shield them and help them strike true. We also get the Fighting Spirit, gain advantage on all weapon attack rolls you make until the end of their turn, and you get temporary health points, 5 at level 3 here. So this uses our Fighting Spirit charge and a bonus action, and then in return, advantage on all attack rolls, which is great, because we can focus heavily on making sure we put out damage. You also get to choose a skill proficiency, and I always recommend going Persuasion. It's one of the best skills in the game, so we'll roll with that. Now, as for the fighter, it's kind of barren as far as your abilities score, or as far as your abilities go. So we'll take up our dexterity here a little higher for more damage and armor class. Level 5, we get ourselves that extra attack, which is a nice power spike at level 5. 6, we get ourselves another feat, which you can continue to increase your dexterity for better armor class and initiative. We also could go with the alert feat early on. It's not a bad choice to go with, or even savage attacker, but we can also take those a little bit later. And as a fighter, you have a lot of health, so there's also the tough perk, which is pretty good on level 20. At level 7, we get the elegant courtier. Whenever you make a persuasion check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your wisdom modifier. Additionally, you gain proficiency in wisdom, intelligence, or charisma saving throws. And for the saving throw proficiency, I think it's best to actually go with wisdom saving throw. Add your proficiency bonus to wisdom saving throws is huge, because things like hold person and command are 2 wisdom saving throw spells, so those can be pretty nasty. Alternatively, we can also dump our strength and put all our points into our wisdom to just get our wisdom modifier up to get better persuasion checks. So that's entirely on you. At level 8, we get another feat. And here we can go with the savage attacker, which will reroll our damage dice twice and use the highest results. So this will just flat out make our damage better. So why not, eh? And at level 9, we get indomitable, so we can reroll our saving throws whenever we fail it. And that's just good for survivability. Level 10, we get the Tireless Spirit. Whenever you roll initiative and have no uses of the Fighting Spirit remaining, you gain 1 use. This is pretty good, but there's no real opportunities where you'd really use this, because if you're out of Fighting Spirit, you probably should be long resting by that point. This is my 2 cents, but it's still faithful to the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Level 11, extra attack. Booyah. And at level 12, we get ourselves another feat. And this is where our initiative is really important, so we're going to go with the alert for the +5. Can't be surprised. Level 13, we get indomitable 2, so we can reroll our saving throws again. And for level 14, we get ourselves another feat, where I think it's actually best to take the tough perk. So your hit point maximum increases by 2 for every level you've gained, so it's going to be a nice +40 to our health. This just makes us a lot more survivable, which is awesome. At level 15, we get the rapid strike. If you take an attack roll on your turn and have advantage on attack roll against one of the targets, you can forego the advantage for that roll to make an additional weapon attack against that target as part of the same action. Rapid strike, pretty strong. So yeah, I'll show that off as well. Level 16, we get ourselves another feat. So this one, you can go with the dual wielder feat. So this gives you 2 weapon fighting if your weapons are light, and you get a +1 to armor class when wielding 2 weapons in a hand. And we can use 2 katanas, so I'd recommend using that mod. Otherwise, you could use a short sword for that. But 2 katanas just looks cool on a samurai, so we're going to roll with it. Level 18 gives us a subclasser feature, Strength Before Death. If you take damage that reduces you to 0 health points, you can use your reaction to delay falling unconscious until after your turn ends. So pretty good. Extra survivability as a samurai, always nice. Level 19, we get ourselves another feat. So this one, this one's a little tough. If you have modded feats, you could also use some of those, like I guess whatever you find works best for you. But mobile can also be nice for the increased movement speed, so that's pretty useful. Extra 3 meters movement speed, and the difficult terrain doesn't slow you down if you dash, but I don't think that's absolutely the perfect one. Charger weapon attacks gives you the charger attack, deal more damage, charge forward, and slam your enemies into the first enemy in your way. This does use your action and your bonus action, so that's a little bit unfortunate too. So I guess another choice, you could go with ability score improvement and take up one of your stats there. You could also go with the heavily armored if you wanted to wear heavy armor, or heavy armor master, which will reduce the damage that you take and give you a boost to your strength. You can also use luck. Lucky is not a bad one to go with, because this will give you +3 luck points, which you can use on attack rolls. But also martial adept is nice because this gives you 2 battle master maneuvers. I'd recommend taking riposte for the reaction attack, dealing an additional 1d12 of damage, which is really nice. You can also go with the menacing attack, but rally is another good one because this will give, if you have teammates that went down, you can pick them back up. I would just save your die for riposte. This just makes it so our damage output goes up through the roof. At level 20, we get our extra attack ×4, so we can now attack 4 times per action, which is quite strong, as you can imagine. Now, we got not really that many skills. We got our action surge, we got fighting spirit, and we got second wind and rally. So yeah, it's kind of barren as far as skills go, but this is where we are strong, as we got, we want to be using our katanas. So I'm going to roll with 2 katanas. I am using the 5e fighters, I guess the Eastern Super Pack mod, which adds a bunch of new weapons. There are some like shadow katanas and blaze katanas, so just take them to get 2 katanas. Your choice. They will do 1d10 plus an additional elemental damage choice, or you can get the ones without it. I'm just going to use the fire one for the fighting fiery spirit. I'm also using the red Baldur's Gate watch armor just to make the armor look nice, but if you wanted to, since we went all in on the dexterity, the best choice would be the armor of agility for us, because that's just going to give us the most armor class. So I think that's probably the best choice. With a 27 armor class, while not having a shield, that's quite good. And then in addition, also the Mask of Soul Perception for +2 attack rolls. You can also go with any other helmet if you got early game options. You could go with those too. The Helm of Baldur is probably the true best, but that's really late game. Helmet isn't really super important, but Mask of Soul Perception is nice. Cloak of Protection, pretty useful as well. Evasive Shoes and the Ring of Protection. Also Killer Sweetheart if you got it, pretty nice, but you can go with whatever type of rings that you want. Amulet of Greater Health, also good too. But with that, we have 284 health, so we're pretty tanky. I'm also using the Hell Rider Longbow for the +3 to initiative. That's, again, bows are your choice, but that's just going to give you the biggest combat effectiveness. And it looks pretty nice with these weapons. So I'll show off what this will look like in combat. So as a samurai, our main action is just attacking. So that's how we're going to open up combat. So just find someone unsuspecting and deliver them that main hand attack so that you can get things started off there. So in addition to this, we also have, I guess we would start off with our fighting spirit here. I did accidentally use my bonus action there whenever I attacked. So make sure that you turn off the dual wielding there so you don't get hit with that extra attack. So that's important. So I guess for this turn, I'll just go with attacks. I'm not going to use action surge because I don't want to, I want to have advantage on our attack rolls. There's one target taken down, and then we'll hit him with another one. So the katanas look awesome. I just want to point that out. They just look so cool. But this is all about just getting in and slamming people with your weapon. I would recommend using your bow for anything like longer term there, long range. And you can also set up Fairy Fire for advantage too if you don't have, if you didn't have the fighting spirit set up for your turn, because you only get 3 of them per long rest. So get yourself into a good position. It's all about the positioning, so we'll just enter turn there and just get attacked 100 times, but we have 284 health, so that's not too much to worry about. Illithid abilities also work pretty nicely on this too, so you can go with those, but they're not required. So things did not end out very well for me. I got jumped by a number of people and command groveled, so that sucked, but I succeeded on the next save against it. So starting off, you want to pop your fighting spirit. So once that's active, you then have the action, the advantage on attack rolls. So Then we get to attacking because you're going to have advantage, as you can see there. So with the rapid strike, so you can forego the advantage on attack roll and make an additional attack against the target. So rolling with that, I exploded my blood there. And there's your free extra attack, so it just pops up. And you can also do this as an unarmed strike too if you wanted to, or an extra throw, or an improvised melee attack, or that extra weapon attack. So it's pretty cool. It also can trigger again there. I unfortunately moved, so I guess with that, if you just click it and give it an attack, it'll let you attack there. But normally we just follow up with multiple attacks to anyone that's nearby us, because that advantage does make a huge difference. So bonk, just continue bonking everyone around. As you can see, it's pretty deadly. And yeah, I would just take out everyone that's in the immediate area. And I will proc an opportunity attack, but that's okay. I'll go attack this archer here. Oh, I didn't get that. Perfect. We'll follow up with another attack. Advantage is nice because you don't really have to worry about missing. And then you can follow it up with another action surge, which gives you 4 more attacks. So 12 attacks per turn. Obviously quite strong. Having good weapons helps too, but even this, it's just an additional 1d6 of damage on a longsword, so it's not really broken overpowered. We'll take out this healer, hopefully, because they are summoning up. Yep, there we go, got rid of their summon. And that used up all of our actions. We took out many enemies that turn. So now we don't have to worry about 2 of them. So that was actually really perfect, so I'll end my turn there. But you can see, you can forego that extra advantage, and you get some extra attacks in, which is really nice. So, very useful for survivability if you want to, you know, go bursting on them. And it seems like you keep your advantage on attack rolls too. So we got the, I guess, Sonic Dominance here. I'm not going to get hit with that. I cannot let that command grovel happen again. Yeah, having that Illithid ability helps quite a bit. So we'll go with our Fighting Spirit again. This does use your bonus action, so you can't do the offhand attack, but that's fine. And then we'll get the Rapid Strike here. So boom, we get to choose that again. And you're supposed to choose a variant of it, but you can just continue to attack with it. I guess that's a little bit of a cheese there. But yeah, you can just continually attack with that. So yeah, I guess if you wanted to cheese the game, you can just click the Rapid Strikes menu, open it up, and then you got unlimited attacks that way. So that is the Samurai Fighter in Baldur's Gate 3. The main thing that they get is mainly the advantage and the temporary health. So extra survivability, extra damage. The Rapid Strikes allows you to attack again, and you get persuasion. So it can be a great face of the party. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.